Could it be that the boy has learned so much from his master that is becoming better than his master? Just prove that master stroke later in the day. Who knows? In River State politics, again, what should matter most should be the interest and the survival of River State people. All right. Away from that one, above the masthead, Tinubu sacks 5 aviation agencies heads, suspends NCAA's boss. Tinubu sacks 5 aviation agencies heads, suspends NCAA boss. IPPIS, ASU hails federal government as FEC removes universities and others from IPPIS. So yesterday the story broke about how the federal government has removed tertiary institutions, that's universities, polytechnics, removed from the IPPIS. The military as well, the army also been removed from the IPPIS. Interesting times in terms, would it stop the ASU from going on strike? Let's see if that's going to happen. All right, and they have also, declared that the IPPIS be put to test and that it should be evaluated again. And so we'll see what plays out in the coming days. Maybe we're just going to see a situation where IPPIS becomes a thing of the past, generally in the civil service. Gunmen kill woman, abduct 7 on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. That's another headline. Gunmen kill woman, abduct 7 on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Really unfortunate. It's quite sad. NNPCL not transparent in subsidy dollar revenues. So yesterday the group CEO of the NNPC said they had paid about 4.5 trillion naira into the federation account, and people, when subsidy was supposedly removed. What is this? Why the transactions that the NNPC does, crude oil sales is done in dollars. So why not bring in the dollars? Why tell us about naira, 4.5 trillion naira? Or dollar transactions. Bring in the dollars so that the naira can gain some strength. What's happening? How do you convert this to naira? I don't know. People talk about the secrecy in the NNPCL. At the risk of sounding so naive, I'm just going to leave it. Kaduna bombing. Military raises 8-man panel. Villagers disown 33 billion naira suit. NLC rejects TCN privatization. Demands policy reversal. Those are headlines in the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. We'll go on to the next one. And we go to the Guardian newspaper now. Guardian newspaper. National statistics. Population outgrows economy amid rising dependence and misery. National statistics. Population government exemption of universities, polytechnics, and others from IPPIS. Sanwo-Olu presents 2.2 trillion naira 2024 budget to Assembly. That's State Assembly. Fubara bears fangs, demolishes Assembly complex. Presents 2024 budget to 4 lawmakers. No going back on concession of international airports, Keyamo insists. 3 feared dead in Ekiti, bank robbery. Really unfortunate one. There's the stories from the Guardian newspaper. In this whole drama in River State, I'm particularly concerned, and I hope that it doesn't turn into a messier situation. Certain things that are contrary to the law, they by themselves would resign or just move away. But we always want to make it seem like we know best, and the law doesn't matter. Some people feel like they're above the law. The rule of law has been pushed aside to the background, and that's why we can have this much chaos in the country. Anyway, This Day newspaper is here. From This Day newspaper, screaming headline: Fubara asserts control in rivers, presents 2024 budgets to 4-member assembly. Demolishes bombed legislative complex for reconstruction. Federal government denies involvement in state political crisis. 27 defectors lawmakers or defector lawmakers ousted by legislature. Falana, INEC required to conduct fresh election. Also there, with 4 soldiers killed, 2 Koreans kidnapped, security concerns mount in rivers. Oil production may be impacted if crisis persists. Ankyo Briggs warns situation may engulf Nigeria and precedent. So moving on from there, Sanwo-Olu presents 2.246 trillion naira 2024 appropriation bill to Lagos Assembly. Economic protection takes priority. Capital expenditure to gulf 1.224 trillion naira. House promises to monitor implementation. And also, Tinubu approves leadership changes in aviation and aero development parastatals. Let's go on to another paper quickly as we see it this morning. Okay, Daily Trust has a screaming headline splattered on front page, and it says, "Stop subsidy payment, increase petrol price to 750 naira per litre, World Bank tells federal government." This is why I said it seems like one of the headlines there. Yeah, other papers captured that differently, but Daily Trust captures this in a very interesting way that's quite alarming if you ask me. Stop subsidy payment, increase petrol price to 750 naira per litre, World Bank tells federal government. It says writers to that story wants increase in VAT and taxes for SMEs. Advance on fuel price hike insensitive, says advice on fuel price hike and sensitive, says Dons. Subsidy removal hasn't brought expected gains in oil revenue, says OAGF. And fuel selling above 700 naira in Northeast. These are all writers to the story. Again, we've talked about. I've constantly talked about how and why we shouldn't always pay attention to foreign people advising us. What is good for us is good for us. We should by now know what is best for us. Okay, we keep going by advice from these other people, and sometimes it just throws our economy into a bigger mess. The World Bank, the IMF, and we say, oh, they give us the advice this, and we go by those advice or the advices, and things just get out of hand and get worse. Okay, so if the World Bank is saying to 750 naira per litre and saying and indicating that subsidy, because a lot of people have alleged that the federal government is paying subsidies on the ground, under the table, no one knows about it, or it's not public and all, and they wonder why we removed subsidy in the first place. Why remove subsidy in the first place? Because crude oil is cheaper now, isn't it? We said that the price of crude oil will control the prices of other products in the market. If they go up, the prices would hit. The market forces should have been the ones to determine this. The price, dollar rates and all of that, crude oil prices should determine the price. And if dollar goes down for any reason, then people should be able to buy fuel cheaper. But it doesn't seem to apply. These economic laws do not seem to apply in our own climate, and it leaves you wondering why here. Away from that, I'll bring it to other stories now. ASU excited as federal government exempts universities and polytechnics from IPPIS. To the Bufias fan, NCAA, NAMA, NCAT, NIMET, NSIB bosses. CBN suspends new request for intervention funds or loans. CBN suspends new requests for intervention loans. Fubara presents first victims free services. For children. EFCC declares Obasanjo's ex-power minister wanted over $6 billion fraud. President Olusegun Obasanjo had written to the EFCC saying that he is willing to testify for Nigeria, in this matter. Something similar to what happened with P&ID. The EFCC has uncovered a lot of fraud in the contract. Now, a contract that was awarded to Sunrise electricity company. It was illegal. Many decades after, it's coming to light. This had happened. Are trying to defraud the country. Join the conversation now. 668888. Send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Good week to Nigeria and Nigerians.
Welcome, Clementine Prince. Good to have you.
Thank you, sir. On this work report, the World Bank, we approve loans for the government without caring about what the government is doing with it. The World Bank is now asking Nigeria to increase fuel price. At the same time, affirming that there's subsidy to pay the subsidy. The Nigeria shouldn't suffer. So it is an error at the international level. Our price go up. Our prices go up. If it goes down at the international level, our prices still remain up to the detriment of Nigerians. It's a good economy.
God will let a compliment of listening to you, to your colleagues,
Thank you
to the last
much.
caller, to all listeners. In the wider world, no country ever achieved economic growth by adopting the policies of World Bank and IMF. They always forfeit developing countries. They impose economic reforms. They are not acceptable in the Western world. They posted it on African countries and developing countries. But when majority of Nigeria are in pain, we are not achieving any economic miracle. It is even stagnating economic activities. Most with economic policies. This subsidy removal is not sustainable. It's not sustainable. That is my take. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we really look at things before we go ahead and
to stop borrowing? One day they will bring another law. They will bring one law for on top of the masses. That is this one. We are still on that 650. We are 60. We are still crying. Now they come out say maybe they increase the money. Our leaders to fear God. Stop borrowing money. Go check your economy. Nigeria have many things. Nigeria, our leader.
Thank you very much for calling, and Jamal. Getting more thoughts in 090-7353-0044, 090-8766-8888. Hello, good morning. Right, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, John.
Yes, sir.
What bank again, Abby? It's good. Aviation Minister, moving forward, one of the ones that did us Yahoo with aircraft. What knowledge does Kademo have in aviation industry? Rampage in a clear road. That's what we have in Nigeria, and they want progress. Yeah, John. People are taking loans anyhow. Yeah, John. Use that commission rate. Catch a lot of digits. Look at that. Yeah, John. Go to Lokoja road from Abuja to Lokoja. You see contours road, and the one that is telling me that I feeling that they are not monitoring the loans they give to people. Who are the people? Who are the people that got that contract? Who are the people that executed this? Who are the people supervising that contract? Go and see the type of food they give for these things they are in Nigeria, and they say pay for the country.
All
The
right,
country will be good.
Thank you very much. Right.
Good. Our country.
Yes, good morning.
How are you?
I'm
Good
very
morning.
well. How are you?
Yeah, sure.
Good morning.
I'm fine. I'm reported about 2 or 3 months ago. So you can't feed them. Said what?
Do you agree that we're paying subsidy?
People collecting subsidies. See the people selling fuel, 615 or 1 for 6. Who are they paying to? When we are paying, if you are paying subsidy, you have a general universal price, a benchmark which nobody will go below or will go above. Now I'm asking, you see NNPC that are selling 617 or other people that are selling 650, who are we paying to? And like about 2 months ago, last week it went to 1,000 of share market, it came back to 800. You can't see today.
That's why you cannot see the effect of what is happening. In the next 1 or 2 or 3 months, subsidy will finally disappear. But what I'm saying, my essence of contribution is that government should make sure that the refinery works, so that all these things will not, the speculation will not be there. The president of December, we are waiting for the announcement that the refinery, for example, the Mandela is causing something. These are the way our money were wasted by PDP. You know, $2.1 billion till today, we don't know where it is. We don't know where it is till today. So we are not surprised what is happening. That about 20 years ago, somebody awarded contract in that billions of naira and could not see anything happening in Mandela over about 20 years. We are not
9073530044 and 090876688.
People are losing their jobs. People cannot move from one place to another. They should solve this completely. Forget about it. Whatever that has happened in the past, that is why they are on the seat now. They should speak to their fans. And they still have reason to, they should have the guts to come on there and say things and defend the government. They should stop all this building and get to it.
09073530044 and 09087668888. Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning, Chidi in the BC.
go and chop garlic. Instead of teachers to defend them, I will tell you what may happen for rivers. Now, the thing where our constitution, where they go to follow, now if they do work, you want that, and you get it from get. But we don't learn lessons from wetin dey happen for nature, not to talk of law. Look at those young men there that are at the state house of assembly, reducing their self to the lowest level. You know how we help to get off, but you don't see at the ball listed. If we don't take time, that is the market force. That's what they tell us, market force. That is the real price, 750 naira. How are we going to do about it? Let them do our refinery work. Make all these things get leave Nigerians from suffering. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, would Nigerians be able to survive if it goes up to 750 naira? What? Maybe Nigerians have a way of adapting to everything. So yeah, I'm sure we're going to survive. We're just going to keep surviving. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Henacho, good morning.
Thank you for joining us. What's your name, sir?
This is Abubakar calling from Masaka.
Abubakar, good to have you.
Yeah. Henacho,
Sir.
Another IMF advice again. This is purely new
World
colonialism.
Bank. It's World Bank this time.
It's purely new colonialism. We have the surface series of the effect of the advice they give to us in the 80s, mid-80s is still telling on Nigerians up to today. We will not forget the structural adjustment program they introduced, which series of economists advised Nigerian no country IMF have intervened, giving them financial support, advice and the rest that have survived. Therefore, whether they tell us to reduce or not, why are they not going to the US or whatever to give this so-called advice? So there is no way the white man will come to the black man country to give a support without taking from the behind. So I will just advise the country, those championing the affairs of the country, to issue whatever they are saying and focus on how to fix our refineries back and get us on track. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling, Abubakar. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable. Good to have you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I really appreciate and I can no longer be able to things have gone from bad to worse. There is nothing that is coming out from the past government. Just 6 months of present government, it is total hardship. Like one of the callers said, they should stop complaining.
Honorable Anthony, seems like the network did you in there. Moving on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
My lovely brother, please hear that trust that subsidy, when the price of crude oil is up, then subsidy should go up. I mean, the petroleum product should go up. But when the price of crude oil is down in the international market, it is expected that the price of the PMS and other things will come down. Yes, exactly. That is what the federal government told us. In this case, the problem is within us. How do we manage the available resources we got from this subsidy removal within us? That is what is very essential to us. Okay? Our own government, our people, how do we manage the resources that accrue from this removal of crude oil? If we manage it very well, it's going to go a long way, no matter the price of crude oil now. It's just temporary. We are going to enjoy it if our government is up and doing, right? Having said that, the World Bank, they were among the people that advised when Nigeria removed the subsidy. They helped Nigeria. But the problem now lies on us to manage these resources very well. I believe when the refineries come on board, when they start working, the prices will come down on us according to the international crude oil market. It will come down because what you produce here, you refine and you get the benefit. But we are not seeing that yet. We are coming there. We are going to see the benefit of this crude oil. This subsidy removal, if it is well managed within our economy. And something you talked about last time is about the population, the growing population, how they are affecting the economy. People are not talking about that. I remember during one of the government or rich Goodluck or whoever that take down the number of children that Nigeria is supposed to have in a family.
Chief Cosmas, you want to wrap it up? Thank you very much. We're going to have to let you go now. Thank you for your contribution to the conversation. Now, also recall that, look, it's not just the reason Nigerians are going through a hard time. It's not just a subsidy removal. There's a lot that's happened. Look, the floating of the naira has so much affected the cost of even the PMS as we see it, because the naira is weakened. As a result of the floating of the naira lost over 40% of its value. 40% of its value in 2 months. If the naira lost over 40% of its value in 2 months, how do we recover from this? I mean, it's the biggest ever loss of value in the history of this country within the space of 2 months. 40 whole percent. They say it's going to stabilize, it's going to get better. But don't forget that these things, they say, oh, we're going to enjoy this. These were the same things that were said during the Buhari administration. When Buhari came in and moved the price of PMS from 87 naira to 140 naira, Nigerians said, oh, we're going to enjoy it. It's going to be better. Subsidy has been removed. They removed subsidy 4 times in the Buhari administration or so. If I'm not mistaken, my memory serves me right. We heard subsidy had been removed 3 or 4 times in the 8 years of Buhari administration. Because what happens is, after they say they remove subsidy, they go back to start paying at the new rates that Nigerians are actually buying. They go back to start paying another subsidy. And you're wondering how that happens. Let's just hope that these things do not further slide. Because if it does, I'm wondering what the economy is going to look like. We're going to probably be buying bread for 5,000 naira. And the earlier we begin to realize that we need to make certain solid moves now, the better, rather than playing ostrich and pretending like all things are well or things are going to be well with this same issues continuing. Let's put a stop to it. It's not looking like Buhari was a messiah, was better off defending the naira and all of those things. That's what it looks like to the common man. Bringing in more callers. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alami.
Thank you. Calling from Guarimpa.
Welcome.
I listened to the last case. Nacho, there is always little time for us to make tangible input. I will just say this. What is our business with the exchange rate? And that is always the question I will always ask. I will just
how do you mean what is our business with the exchange rate?
Pardon?
How do you mean what is our business with the exchange rate? Okay, maybe you couldn't sustain that conversation. Anyway, let's get back to your messages.
My friends,
good morning.
How was your night?
My name is Don. Thank you for asking.
Okay, quickly, Ihanacho, the truth remains that these are the reasons why Nigerians will never ever trust these people in terms of affairs. Because you see, remember the time we were talking about shouting on top of our voices that they should not remove subsidy, even though we all know that it was a scam. But at least at that time, everybody can still afford, to an extent, the fuel. And even though sometimes it gets scarce and everything, even though it's artificially, they make these things artificially scarce for a reason. But then we're still managing the economy, we're still managing until somebody came on and said the subsidy is gone. And now we're hearing that it's back. Of course. And they told us the things we're going to gain. And even some of the defendants of this so-called government are here defending what the gains we're going to gain and the things we're going to gain from the subsidy removal. Today, everybody is seeing the reality. We know these things. Many of us who saw these things coming know that it's not going to favor anybody. In fact, it's going to turn the whole country upside down, like it has done. Even somebody on this station said that it's going to be more money into the pockets of these people who have wrecked Nigeria. And true, it has become the same thing. Exactly what he said. So, you see, that is why Nigerians will never trust them. Nigeria will never trust them. Sometimes it beats our imagination how they reason. But again, you will see that it's about them, and them. All it's right, about John, how to.
Thank you very much. I can take more than 2 minutes of any of your messages. Usman Daura, good morning. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Mr. Henacho Prince. It's really nice, Abuja.
Good morning.
The only radio highness in the world for now.
Henacho Prince.
I greet you. Good morning, all. Good morning to Abubakar from Gwagwalada, Mekano, Salasi, Elder Anuja, Blessing, and host of others. I greet you all. Mr. Henacho, first of all, let me congratulate our federal institutions for getting out of this government organized corporate fraud called IPPIs, Mr. Henacho. IPL is a fraud, Mr. Henacho. It's an avenue to siphon government money, to embezzle money, to steal money. As we are talking about Mr. Henacho, they're still stealing money. IPPI is a fraud, Mr. Henacho. It's a scam, Mr. Henacho. I have evidence. If they want, I can prove it, I can bring it. But unfortunately, we are not fighting corruption in this country, Mr. Henacho. That is also congratulations to universities, polytechnics, and colleges of education, Mr. Henacho. And I believe as time goes, it's going to be scrapped. And all those involved in the fraud of scamming Nigeria, stealing money, IPPS will be brought to book, Mr. Henacho. On the world, by advising our government to stop paying subsidy and increase the petrol price to 750. Mr. Henacho. I don't all the time, Mr. Henacho, according to World Health Organization, according to United Nations, according to World Bank, what happens to our organization here at home, Mr. Henacho? What happens to them? Anything the United Nations said we should do this, we should pay our budget to education, this and that, skill this and that. What happens to our own institution here at home, Mr. Henacho? What work here does not mean to work in America, or Canada, or Ghana, or Cotonou, or Japan, Mr. Henacho? Why are we following them blindly? Must we do what they ask us to do? The only thing they know is when United Nations, you see the shivery. United Nations has said something, IMF, this and that.
All right, Usman, thank you very much. As much as I want to hear more, I'm just going to have to let it go there.
Prince Henacho, good morning. My name is Honorable Edward.
Good morning.
Thank you. God bless you.
Welcome.
Prince Henacho, I'm so excited today for the fact that the democracy is gradually coming back to Nigeria. In a situation where bipartisanship is becoming a thing of the past. Honestly speaking, I'm so excited today. With what happened in Rivers State, I know, and I asked, if you remember, on Monday, I advised the man to wake up. He was sleeping. I asked him to wake up. I advised him to wake up here. If the man has finally woken up, truly speaking, I am excited, President Joe. You see, it is only the court and the House can declare the seat of serving members who decamp from one political party to another vacant. And the right thing has been done because the judgment was passed yesterday in favor of the members loyal to the governor of Rivers State. I think Wike has seen the best of his life. Today I withdraw my support for Wike forever. Wike is not the type that I will support him. I never believe we can do this. No. The man has done the right thing. Demolishing that House of Assembly, if I happened to be the governor, I would have done that long ago. That it's constitutionally, they cannot sit anywhere outside the state capital, and it must be in the government building. So where can they go now? Where? That state capital. So that number is of no use now. They are still having declared, but INEC should do the right thing by conducting election immediately, so that democracy will survive. I pity the people of Rivers State for the fact that this way, may result into crisis. But we also pray that God will intervene so that they will not go into so much crisis.
All right,
the governor,
Edward, thank you very much. And let's get to Salasi. Let's hear you. Okay, let's read the message from Abdullahi Mekano first. Abdullahi says, good morning, sir. It's Abdullahi Mekano. River State political crisis will lead to a great destruction and destabilization of peace, not only in River State, but for the entire nation. Rivers people are not stupid. They can burn oil companies if APC try to do what they are doing to Kano people. On the issue of economy, no investor will come and invest without security and standard economic system in the country. Nigeria is collapsing and getting down daily as a nation. Too bad. Abdullahi Mekano, thank you very much. That's your thoughts. Let's remain positive. Salasi, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Ehenacho.
Welcome.
Good morning to the listeners and callers of this great radio station. I greet Allah to, I greet Abubakar from Gwagwalada, Debatif, I agree them all. See how somebody is contradicting himself now. This is the same person that is saying, no, there was no subsidy. Buhari have removed subsidy. Now he's admitting that Buhari Tinubu is paying subsidy. Why is it that it's the World Bank that they are dictating to Africa? Why can't World Bank dictate to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Dubai? Okay, look, just imagine. People are suffering, buying fuel at the rate of 650 naira per liter, and World Bank are telling Nigeria now that they should increase their fuel price to 750 naira per liter. Even the Port Harcourt refinery, they say till January it will start work. Somebody is saying that, hey, yes, we know that subsidy will be gone, our refinery will start work. But the person that said government wasn't paying subsidy, now he's admitted that the government are paying subsidy. You see? You see the type of government that we have? We are talking of hardship now. Look at what people are going through. Yes, I respect Obasanjo, and I will keep respecting Obasanjo. The person is not talking of Hadi Senator that do boju to Nigerian, that deceived Nigerian. He collected huge amount of money. He hired aircraft. They came and launched it, and in no less than 48 hours, that aircraft disappeared. He's not talking of that one. He's there accusing Obasanjo. Obasanjo is a man of integrity. He's a man that I respect so much. Obasanjo says he's ready to come and testify. Tell him now whether you should tell Buhari to come and testify. Buhari should come and testify. Hadi Senator should come and testify. And other people, the former accountant general that still allegedly 11.something billion naira should come and testify. Just before I start speaking to you, they are with their family. Thank you for giving me the privilege. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Salasi. Moving on to the next one. And this one is from Abbas. Abbas says, good morning. On World Bank advice to Nigerian government, having written to this government, telling her World Bank textbook analysis can't work for Nigeria as it has never worked. Let President Tinubu and his economic team look inwards and use what is called economic historical particularism and solve our economic problem. That's addressing key issues. After subsidy removal, government needs to seriously work on our refineries going forward to decentralize supply of all crude products, laying pipelines to other regions and building tank farms to make distribution of products easier. Thus will help our economy more, stabilize the price of PMS, diesel and kerosene, and government will generate more money to run our activities. We cannot continue to be importing PMS and expect our economy to experience growth, and Nigerians not to suffer. Thank you very much, Abbas. Appreciate you for your message. And now we'll move on to the next one. See who is here again. This is from Chris. Chris from Suleja says, good morning, presenter. This is your regular caller from Life Camp. Is he this your regular caller from Life Camp? Is he a Nigerian who claims to be spokesperson of this government? Out of frustration, why can't you suspend him on this your platform as other stations did? In fact, it's playing on the sensitivities of Nigerians. Please arrest my case. Chris, thank you very much. I understand your concern, but I don't want to be those, and we don't want to be those part of those who would deprive Nigerians of the right to or the freedom of expression. Good morning. Good morning,
my brother, Sir Ihanacho Prince.
Comrade Olobasi,
Your Radio Highness of Abuja.
Yes, sir.
God bless you, sir. I believe you are getting better by the day.
I feel better.
God bless your endeavors.
Thank you.
Please, I just want to say something a little about what played out in today's headlines. Many years ago, NPC was described and still stands as a tower of corruption in the country. So many questions have been asked by concerned Nigerians, both in high and low places, about the seeming secrecy oath administered to every worker in that place. But up to today, no answer has been provided. As it is, okay, let us continue to wallow in self-pity and see how the country will move forward or will make progress. While few people, especially those in the corridors of power and those who are well connected, are smiling to the World Bank with billions of dollars every day or every year. Let's see how the country will make progress. God bless Nigeria. Also, there's always an end to everything that has a beginning in life. In Nigerian politics, let us ask people like Otan Zeribe and others of his contemporaries how life is playing out on them. Of course, ex-governor Wike of Rivers State can be an exception. His time of sit-down look is fast approaching, especially in Rivers State politics. There's no greatest in life. He should tell softly, because tomorrow is unknown.
All right.
God bless you, sir. My name is Comrade Olovasi.
Thank you very
Have
much.
a nice day.
Let's hear from Polycat. Good morning, Polycat.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Compliment of the season.
I wish you the same.
Please, I want to comment on this issue of this. Is it the World Bank or whatever they are called, asking Nigerians to increase their fuel pump price? You see, all of this attribute to the bad governance in this country. I can remember vividly when the new president came in and announced the removal of subsidy. Then why are they now? Why is the World Bank or what is it, World Petroleum, whatever they have been called? Why are they now asking us to increase the pump price? They knew all these things does not. What the announcement they made didn't really. That wasn't what they did. In fact, as I'm talking to you, we believe, personally, I believe that there is still payment of subsidy. There are payments of subsidy. If you have removed subsidy, why is all this thing happening? Why is there no permanent price? In fact, Nigeria, the way the government the politicians are driving this country, they are driving us to something else. They are driving this country. It's just that the country is being divided because of the politicians know the game. They divide us religious, ethnicity, and the tribalistic ways. We all go our different paths. We are not united. If not, the leaders they've taken this country to the extent that some of them will be stoned. I'm telling you the truth. Some people are not supposed to be there, but they are there because they've gathered money among themselves and they are using their money to fight whatever. And the problem remains that this money they are gathering, they are not using it. They are not developing the country. They're just taking it outside to develop outside world, to lavish it outside. Why did
Polycat, thank you again. Moving on to the next one. Anthony Witness, good morning. Good to hear you.
President, good morning. Welcome. Yeah, this is Anthony Witness. Compliment of the season.
I wish you the same.
When we were talking about removal of fuel subsidy, you remember I used to say with this group and the type and species of Nigerian leaders, removal of fuel subsidy will not impact positively on the people. People were saying, remove fuel subsidy so that they will get money to repair the roads, build hospitals and schools and the rest of them. And why people were saying that, I was just wondering whether Nigerians really understand the species of leaders we have in this country, that this species will save money from subsidy and use it for the good of Nigerians. I never believed that. And I said it will never work. Please, let me tell you, even if they sell fuel at 5,000 naira a liter, the Nigerian people will benefit absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You remember, it is like children under a mango tree that have ripe fruits on it. What happens? When a seed falls on the ground, they will rush it. And if they are well coordinated, they will gather it and then share it at the end of the day. That is how Nigerian leaders behaves. It's not something that's peculiar to this particular government. It has been like that in the recent past. What happens? What happened to the Abacha loot that has been coming over the years? What have they used it to do? They will just stand by, work hard, it's ready to be returned. Immediately returns, it enters voicemail. So, fuel subsidy removal will not ever impact positively on Nigerians. Rather, what happens? The species of Nigerian leaders will have.
All right, Anthony Witness, thank you very much. On to the next one. Good morning.
Good morning, my prince.
Good morning.
I remain Joseph.
Joseph, good
Voicing from Apple Resettlement. Once again, I greet you.
Welcome.
I want to comment on the World Bank telling Nigeria to increase selling their fuel at the rate of 750. I didn't blame them. Yes, I said it. When a nation becomes a nation that is full of borrowing, they know that we always borrow money there. They can decide to tell us whatever they want us to do with their money. That is just the truth. Because if we refuse to dance according to their step, whenever we still want to borrow money, they will not borrow it to us. That is what World Bank are trying to tell us. And concerning the NNPC paying money into federal government account in Naira, it's a questionable something. They are collecting money in dollars. They are paying them in dollars. Why are they paying into federal government accounts in Naira? NNPC are one of the problems that we are facing in this country. I said it. They are one of the problems that we are facing and nobody is saying anything. Because there's no any thorough investigation there. They have been playing with our money, eating it, doing whatsoever they want with our money. Nobody is saying, nobody seems to ask questions. That is just the truth. We said it. We have done nothing wrong to become Nigerian. We are happy to be Nigerian. And once again, we don't have any other country because we know all these big men, they have second citizenship. Whenever anything happens, they will run. We are here. We will not run. We will live to survive. Long life, Nigeria. Thank you, my prince.
Good morning. Thank you again. I'll tell you quickly.
My name is Yaya from Suleja. I want to first and foremost comment about the advice from IMF to Nigeria that they should remove fuel subsidy completely and allow fuel to sell at a rate of 750 naira per litre. I think is quite insensitive from the side of IMF. They don't know what Nigerians are going through buy fuel at the rate of 650, 670, 655, depending on the fuel station that you go to, and they want Nigeria to raise it to 750 naira per liter. Some people cannot go to work presently. People who are collecting maybe 40,000 naira before, or 30,000 naira before, they cannot go to work anymore because the money for the transport alone is more than the salary. How do you want people to survive? Why are they always prognosing into the developing countries' economic principles and policies? What is their problem? Why are they not advising the US, the UK, the China, the Japan, and all these developed countries on how to run their economy? They're only prognosing because they know what they're getting from us. They want us to borrow, and sink us. I think Nigeria should be wise this time around. They should not take to their advice. They should stick with the plan that they know that, yes, can bring out Nigeria from this quagmire that we are facing presently. And as for the River State issue, it's quite unfortunate that we are expecting this kind of a thing at this 21st century. A governor presenting a budget to a former member assembly. How I don't know how it's going to pass. And also demolishing the State House Assembly complex. No, I don't know. I think he has to take this drastic measure because of what is going on in River State. I think the elders in River State need to call the two people to order, because when two elephants fight, the masses will suffer.
Thank you very much.
It's quite unfortunate.
It's quite unfortunate, especially as I had to buy fuel 660 naira yesterday and I was bleeding. It's paining me. 660 naira. Who knows? Maybe by next month we'll buy it at 750 naira. It's quite painful. Anyway, moving on. Chinoso from Suleja says, "Good morning, Prince. Believe anything from APC administration, then you will believe anything. Since 2015, I stopped believing anything from those people." And that's your thoughts. It's still there. Chris from Otako says, "Good morning. We have ensnared ourselves unwittingly by borrowing from institutions like IMF and World Bank. We have found ourselves being played into games designed by big countries where they create funny credits and extend to countries that have natural resources. The whole idea is to make the loans so stringent that those countries will never be able to pay them off. Rather, they will exchange payments with their resources. This is how the world economy is being run." Chris from Itako, thank you very much. And I'm really sorry this is the much that we can take. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of the conversation this morning. Thank you to every one of you. Let me see those messages that I couldn't take. I'm really sorry. Quite interesting ones. Joseph Jojo, thank you. I see your message. Franklin from Lugbe, I also see your message. Thank you very much. Kumode, thank you as well. And I'd love to say thank you to Clement Zion, Prince Abubakar, Denjamal Brides, GB, Uche, Chidin Dubisi, Abubakar from Masaka, Honorable Anthony, Chief Cosmos, Alamin, Don, Usman Dora, Honorable Edward, Abdullahi Mekano, Salasi, Abbas, Chris, as well, Comrade Ulo Bassi, Polycat, Anthony Witness, Joseph, Yahya, Chris, as